Okay, this video is directed at people that have pretty much just woken up. They're not gun enthusiasts, they're not gun experts, they've never been really into guns all that much. However, they do feel that a storm's coming, and they've decided that now is the time to go ahead and get themselves a firearm. Now, what I'm thinking is, you kind of often hear all these terms run together. You see them a lot. Shit hit the fan, or some people say SHTF. Shit hit the fan. WROL, without rule of law. Teotwawki, the end of the world as we know it, and survival. And sometimes I get the impression that people think that all of those terms mean exactly the same thing. Well, to me, they don't. To me, we'll say survival, especially when it pertains to firearms. I kind of think back to the AR-7 survival rifle. You know, when the Air Force was trying to get a small rifle to put in cockpits so that downed pilots could survive until the rescue team came around and rescued them. And the way I look at it is, if you're looking at a quote survival gun in that way, then that there rifle is designed basically to hunt with, to maybe get some small game, and that you are not anticipating any type of two-legged threats. That these survival guns are primarily aimed towards four-legged hunting. Enough to survive, again, until you get rescued. Shit hit the fan? I don't know. I mean, however you want to look at it, it can go either way. It depends. Shit hits the fan is some sort of turbulent event. Again, it doesn't rise to the level of WROL. It doesn't rise to, definitely doesn't rise to the level of the end of the world. Okay, but something huge is going on, enough to concern you, and you need a firearm just in case you need to defend yourself primarily. Then of course you have WROL, without rule of law, which means just exactly that. There is no law available, there is no law enforcement available, there is no policemen, there's no prisons, there's no judges, there's no juries, there's nothing. Every man for himself, basically mob rule. Okay, WROL. Then of course there is the end of the world as we know it. To me, my interpretation of that would be basically World War III, mushroom clouds going off all over the place, you know, kind of Cold War-ish in nature. And that's my description of those terms. So, what would I recommend for WROL, rising to that level? And what I would recommend, these are my choices. If you guys think of a different set of firearms, go ahead, put it in the comments section, explain why. But if you're a person that's not into firearms, but you need to get 3 firearms to get you through a situation like that, here are my choices. For me, it's going to be the Remington 870, okay? And the reason for that is that it's the most widely produced shotgun in the world, 10 million made, extremely reliable. If something goes wrong with it, extremely easy to repair. I mean, it's a matter of just pulling parts off and putting new ones on, and you're ready to rock and roll. That's my choice for shotgun. This is what I recommend. For rifle, for WROL, not for survival, not for hunting, although it can be used in that way, don't get me wrong, is the AK-47. By the way, real quick, the magazine is loaded, okay? Anyway, the AK-47, dead nuts reliable, will never let you down, okay? For handguns, what I'm recommending is the Glock, okay? My choice is the Glock 21 in the caliber of 45 ACP. Okay, again, as far as handguns go, dead nuts reliable. To me, the Glock is the AK-47 of the handgun world. This is what I would pick for WROL. This is what I primarily recommend to people, again, who have just woken up. They're not gun experts. They don't want to have to go through the whole process of buying, 100 different guns, testing 100 different guns, trying to figure out which ones they could whittle it down to. This is what I would say. Now, I will say this. Again, Glocks come in different calibers. So if you've just woken up, you're not a gun expert, you're not a gun enthusiast, again, look at the different calibers of Glock. I would probably recommend for somebody that is not a gun expert to get a Glock 17, a Glock 19 in the caliber of 9mm. This is what I would recommend. So if you guys think of another lineup, please let me know. Now, there are alternatives, of course. The thing with semi-automatics, of course, if there's going to be a problem, the Achilles heel of semi-automatics are magazines. And this is why I recommend the AK-47 rifle, because in conjunction with its awesome system, the AK system itself, is that they went ahead and they got the magazines right. The magazines are dead nuts reliable. They will function. Same with Glock handguns. Not only did they get the semi-automatic pistol to work, but they also designed the magazines to be dead nuts reliable. Now, are there alternatives? You bet. Don't let anybody tell you that revolvers are not another alternative. Revolvers are fantastic. Okay? You don't need to worry about magazines. They're going to work every time. Okay? Again, your choice of calibers, whatever you want. You may want to get a 22. The 22 long rifle is a magnificent caliber. The ammunition for it, especially in these days, is extremely cheap. For the same weight as the larger calibers, you can get virtually thousands of rounds for 22. But anyway, getting back to the original point, this is my choices, this is my recommendations for a WROL lineup of 3 guns. Not 4 guns, not 5 guns, 3 guns. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.